Sugar feeds cancer. You have heard this before. Someone in your family has definitely said it to you. There is probably a WhatsApp forward about it sitting in one of your group right now. But is it actually true? And if it is, does cutting sugar out actually help you? Hi, I'm Reena Jain, naturopathic nutritionist specializing in cancer nutrition. Let's get into it. Here is my honest answer. It's more complicated than a simple yes or no. And getting this wrong in either direction can genuinely cause you harm. So let's go through the real science together. So let's start with the biology. Every single cell in your body runs on glucose. That's simply how your metabolism works. Your brain, your heart, your immune cells, all of them use glucose for energy. Cancer cells use it too. In fact, they use a lot of it. Since they have a higher metabolic rate than your normal cells and consume glucose rapidly, this is actually what makes PET scan work for your doctors. They inject a glucose-like substance into you and watch where it gets absorbed fastest. Cancer cells light up on the scan because they are so metabolically active. This phenomenon, cancer cells having this unusual relationship with glucose, is called the Wahlberg effect. It was discovered almost 100 years ago and it's real, well documented, and one of the most studied areas in all cancer biology. So yes, cancer cells genuinely do use sugar. That part is true. But here is where this gets nuanced for you. Here is the part that is not true, that idea that cutting sugar from your diet will starve your cancer cells specifically. Because here is the reality. You cannot selectively cut off glucose to only your cancer cells. When you reduce sugar, every single cell in your body gets less, including your immune cells, your brain, your muscles, and your body will simply start producing glucose from other sources like protein, fat, to keep your blood sugar levels stable anyway. Major cancer research organizations state this plainly. There is no clear evidence that dietary sugar preferentially feeds tumor over your other healthy cells. So the whole starve your cancer by going sugar-free logic doesn't actually hold up the way it sounds like it should. So does sugar matter at all for you? Yes, just not in the way you have probably been told. The connection between sugar and your cancer risk is real. It's just indirect, working through a few different paths. The first path is your weight. Excess sugar drives weight gain for you, and excess body fat, as we have covered before, is strongly linked to over 12 types of cancer. It's not the sugar itself directly causing cancer. It's what excess sugar does to your body over time. The second path is insulin and inflammation. High sugar intake chronically raises your insulin, certain growth factor in your body. A 2022 review from a leading cancer center found evidence that excess sugar can promote cancer development and growth through inflammation, changes in glucose metabolism, and the process by which tumors build their own blood supply. The third path is displacement. When your diet is high in added sugar, you are usually eating less of the foods that actually protect you. Fiber, vegetables, whole grains, legumes. It's often the absence of good food in your diet that adds risk just as much as the sugar itself does. What about fructose specifically? This one is newer and genuinely worth knowing about. A 2025 study funded by a major health research institute found something interesting. Fructose, the sugar found in high fructose corn syrup and regular table sugar, actually fed tumors growth, but not directly. Your liver converts fructose into fat, and cancer cells were then found consuming that fat. This is still early research, most done in lab animals so far. We are not at the stage of firm clinical guidelines based on this alone, but it does add to a growing picture that excess fructose, specifically from added sugar, eat whole fruit freely. The fiber, antioxidants, and plant compounds in whole whole fruits are genuinely protective for you. Don't avoid fruit out of sugar fear. Focus on your overall pattern, not perfection. The diet built around vegetables, lentils, whole grains, and seasonal fruit with minimal added sugar and processed food is genuinely what the research points to for you, not a zero sugar protocol. Vitamins, antioxidants, and plant compounds that offset the balance out the natural sugar inside it. The sugar in a guava is genuinely not the same as the sugar in a gulab jamun for your body. Context matters more here. So what should you actually do? Let's be very clear about what you should reduce and what you shouldn't panic about. Reduce your added sugar, packaged biscuits, sugary drinks, sweets eaten daily, processed snacks foods. This is where your actual risk leads, not in the natural sugars found in fruit, yogurt, or lentils. So reduce your refined carbohydrates, white refined flour, white bread instant noodles. They spike your blood glucose rapidly and repeatedly, driving the same insulin and inflammation pathways we just talked about. So don't eliminate carbohydrates entirely from your diet. Your body needs them. Your immune system needs them. Going fully sugar-free or keto is not what the evidence actually supports for most people going through cancer treatment or trying to prevent it. Eat whole fruit freely. The fiber, antioxidants, and plant compounds in whole fruits are genuinely protective for you. Don't avoid fruit out of sugar fear. Focus on your overall pattern, not perfection. The diet built around vegetables, lentils, whole grains, and seasonal fruit with minimal added sugar and processed food is genuinely what the research points to for you, not a zero sugar protocol. A question I get asked often: if I have a strong tooth, does that mean I am at a risk of, or it is more about how I manage it? Is genuinely more about how you manage it than the craving itself. Having a sweet tooth doesn't automatically put you at the higher risk. Everyone enjoys sweetness. That's completely normal. What matters is your daily pattern over months and years, not the occasional dessert at a celebration. If you're managing your sweet tooth with an occasional treat within an otherwise whole food diet, you are in an genuinely different risk category than someone eating sugary snacks multiple times daily. Give yourself permission for the occasional treat and focus your energy on your everyday baseline instead. Sugar doesn't directly cause cancer, but excess added sugar creates condition in your body, obesity, chronic inflammation, elevated insulin that raise your cancer risk over time. Cutting all sugar won't cure cancer, but reducing it meaningfully, consistently, and replacing it with real food that genuinely matters for you. The nuance is the actual point here, and anyone telling you it's simpler than this is either selling you something or hasn't read the research themselves. Next time someone sends you a message saying just stop eating sugar and cancer can't grow, you now have the real science to respond with. This kind of honest evidence-based breakdown is what you are looking for. You are genuinely in the right place. Subscribe so you don't miss the series, and drop a comment below. Have your every cut out sugar completely thinking it would help you. I would love to know what you were told and where it came from.